Do you want to go on a boat?
So I want to go on a boat.
Yeah. Would you go on a boat?
No, I would sink.
You would sink.
Yeah.
But would you go on a sailboat?
With you,
Yeah.
we'll still probably sink.
So you're telling me if we go on a sailboat, we'd probably drown in the ocean or a lake.
Well, I don't know how to sail, so
What
probably
if, what if someone else is driving the boat?
if I just have to sit there and not do anything with the boat, it'll be fine.
No, fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that maybe means we can go sailing. Hi everyone, I'm Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caesar, and we are Seize the Game.
Today, I'm really excited to introduce to you the new series that we are going to be starting. We are going to be looking at a whole bunch of the small box games from Allplay, and I'm really pumped to be able to do this game in specific because it's a two-player cooperative game, meaning we're not battling, giving Caesar a break from taking all the L's he's been taking lately.
No, we're going to be working together and taking a win.
And that is our goal. So
Yeah.
we'll be playing again Sail by some really great designers. I apologize if I don't pronounce your names right. By Akiyama Koro and Kazu Yutsu. Really, really great. Really great design. Super excited to be able to sail across the ocean with my
Yep.
wonderful husband.
Yep. Let's see if we don't get eaten by the Kraken.
But come on board with us, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are now officially getting ready to take sail on the Bison
Voyager.
Voyager.
Bison Voyager.
Now you may be wondering why in the world would we pick the animal of a bison? It's our family animal, naturally, so why wouldn't we? But we are about to play Sail, and I'm getting the game kind of set up right now. And how this game is going to work is to start the game, we each are going to get 9 cards. But Caesar, if you want to kind of want to explain the board for everybody.
Yeah, so you see we have different obstacles that we have to. This is our ship right here. This is the Bison Voyager right here. And the goal is to get to the anchors over here. So to get to that's where our goal to sail to. So we're trying to sail there. So depending on who wins the trick is going to depend on the direction it goes. So how we have this set up is Caitlin's on this side. This is Caitlin's pirate that represents her, and this is my pirate. So everything that she wins, the ship is going to move in this direction if Caitlin wins. If I win, it moves that direction. There are a couple obstacles here on the board, as you can see. We have islands. So these are islands right here, and these are all upgraded components that we have from Allplay. We don't actually have the other components, otherwise I would probably use them for this. But these are islands, and we cannot enter those spots. So if we ever go forward, and there's one card that lets us go forward, which we'll explain in a little bit, we cannot because there's an island there, and we cannot sail on those islands. However, we can go this way, this direction, this direction. So we have to avoid these islands. There's also these tentacles. These are the Kraken. That represents the Kraken. We can still go on these spaces, but then we take damage if we go on those spaces. So we want to try and avoid those as well. You see there's also these storm clouds at certain rounds of the game. So if we're here, this is round 1, 2, 3. If we're not past these storm clouds by this round, at the end of this round, we
Beginning
lose.
of this one.
Yeah, by the beginning of this round, we lose. We need to get over here, otherwise we've lost because then we didn't beat the storm, and then we're in the storm. So we need to get there the next time, but beginning of this round, we need to be past these storm clouds.
One of the things I actually like about this one we're doing scenario for right now is I like how there's mountains right here. We were talking,
The islands, yeah.
The islands. One of my friends and I were playing this at Dice Tower East, and him and I actually almost went past like this area. I'm like, wait, if we go past it, I don't know if we actually can win. So I'm really thankful that they actually have the mountains there, islands, and we keep calling them mountains.
They are
mountains.
shaped. They are shaped. If you look at these pieces, they are definitely shaped like mountains, but they represent the islands.
So kind of how this game's going to start, my abilities, we're going to go through different abilities. There are 3 different types of abilities in it, and Caesar will kind of put the card on the screen during it. You have the trophy, which is like what mine is right here. That ability is going to trigger when I win a trick. Caesar doesn't have one here, so I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit different of an ability. Some of them have a pirate with an infinity. Ability always happens, only this pirate is affected, and they have an infinity sign. Ability always happens, both pirates are affected. So mine that I will be using says when we advance the ship with a card containing an orange wheel, you may advance the ship in the direction of your partner instead, which I think could be potential just in case I actually win one and we actually need to go towards you.
Mine kind of affects the tricks. So in the hand of cards we have, there's different suits from the different cards, and basically what happens is, depending on what suits me and Caitlin play, the combination of those suits does an action, does something to the board. And mine is a new action in case we ever get a cannon and a wheel. If you get a cannon and a wheel, I can take a look at the player deck, take a card from the player deck, and then replace the top card with a card from my hand. Mm-hmm. If we ever get a cannon and wheel. Normally, if you get a cannon and wheel suit, they don't do anything. So this gives us an extra action in case we do ever do a cannon or a wheel.
Yeah, and one of the things I like about this trick-taking game is we are allowed to look through the discard pile at any point. We are able to look at the Kraken deck, which we'll kind of talk about. And every suit has the same symbols on it. So what we're about to do is we're just going to go through and kind of play the game and talk it through as we're going. Make sure, again, you guys like and subscribe for more of these videos we're going through. Hopefully this will teach you guys.
Don't forget to hit that bell. Make sure you get notified every time we post a new video.
And so as we're going through this, we have this deck right here. And there's a few different ways we can lose the game. Caesar mentioned one of them already. If we don't make it to past the storm clouds, the storm's going to destroy our wonderful, wonderful ship. So we have until the end of round 2 to make it past the first one. And like you said, too, before the end of round 4. That is one way that we can lose. The other way that we can lose is if this card, called the Kraken card, if this Kraken card makes it into the discard pile over here, we also lose, which we'll kind of explain that as we're going through. There's numbers through here, and every time this card gets moved into the discard pile, it's going to move, and more of these cards are going to go into the deck. Eventually, if it does make it to this 5 there, then again, we also lose. Then the other way that we could lose, there's a lot of ways to lose in this game. I'm saying this and I'm realizing that, is if we make it to the end of round 5 and we don't make it to the end tiles here as well. So this is a race game, but we are working together, which is a lot of fun. I really enjoy trick-taking games. I grew up on trick-taking games. So the first step of it is going to be we each have 9 cards. They are numbered 3 through 9 in the first round because 1 and 2 are actually in this discard pile over here, but these are going to get added to it. There are ways to put more cards into this deck. It's kind of like, I think the phrasing is, it's like to deal damage to the Kraken. So now our first step is we're going to look at our hand and we're actually going to pass a card to each other. And there's different ways you can do it. I would always remember to look at your abilities. So for me, I really want to win tricks that have that orange wheel in it. So for me, I maybe aren't going to be passing that. I will say, if you are colorblind, I played actually with my friend who is colorblind. It was a little bit difficult at first for us just to get used to the colors on it as well. So that's like a word of caution. I think I'm going to pass. Oh man. Sorry, decision. I'm going to pass that card. So, kind of to start the game, always the question is who goes first. There is our little turn markers right here. We got the upgrade components for this game. I am always going to be on the top, Caesar's on the bottom. So whatever round it is, based off of it says 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, I will always play the first card in the round when it's 1. Caesar will always do it for round 2 and 4.
Yep. And so now, not only are we trying to win tricks, so it doesn't matter for this one if Caitlin or I win because we're just going to move in that direction. But only if we play the right symbols together. So in order to move this ship, and I'll put the card on the screen so you can see it now, is if we get a combination of 2 wheels. If we get the 2 wheels, then we are allowed to move in either direction of the person who won the trick. So if Caitlin won the trick and we had 2 wheels, we'll just move there to right here. If I1, we'll move there. If we don't have the 2 wheels, we won't move. If we have the 2 wheels but a Kraken symbol, we do the same move. However, this time we have to take some damage, and we'll explain that when it happens.
Yeah, and it's really nice too. They have these player cards that I don't know, I'm showing through his ears. They're already on the board. Kind of tells you what everything can do, but the rule book also is very straightforward with this. So I'll have the rule book next to us just to kind of be, just as that reminder for us too, as well. And there's also a double cannon action, which I really like, which we'll kind of go through. But like I said, we'll kind of go through. We'll have those pictures up a little bit better for you guys to see as we're going through the game as well.
Yep. There's also a way for us to do damage back to the Kraken. If we play the Kraken symbol with a cannon, we can actually shoot the Kraken, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. All right.
So we're not defenseless.
I know one of the questions with cooperative games is, and maybe some reason why people actually don't like cooperative games, is Caesar actually played his card right here. He won't actually do that. He already knows what card he's going to play, but I do get to play my card face up before he's trying to, like, he's like, I'm ready. I'm ready set and sold for what card he's going to play. Because remember, you do have to follow suit just in case.
Oh, that's right. I'm ready. I'm ready to sail to our destination.
But the other thing to just kind of remember is you are able in this game to talk out a strategy before the round starts. So as soon as cards are dealt out, though, then talking about strategy is no go. And because it is based off of cards, it's really, really tough for someone to alpha game this game saying, oh my goodness, you made a stupid play, which is I actually really appreciate about this game. All right, so I'm going to play my orange wheel 7.
So I'll play a wheel 6. And I had to follow suit, so I had to use the same colored card.
So technically speaking, I did win the trick, and I'm on the top half of it. So we are able to move the ship towards me. But I really think because of the Kraken down here, I think we actually should move it towards you. Because of my ability. If I win a trick with an orange wheel.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
I think that may be a better play for us.
So Caitlin's using her ability to move towards me.
And I can do that every single time I win a trick with an orange wheel. So like I said, this discard pile is actually fair information. So we may actually have these up so we know what cards are not in the game because only 1 through 9 of each of the 3 colors are in the game. All right. So now as I'm going through, I don't want to win the trick. So again, I don't want to win the trick because if I do, we can't move. And this is kind of where you got to risk it a little bit too. And you said if we have a cannon and a wheel, we're still able to move it?
We're not able to move, but I'm able to do some trickery stuff with the deck.
Oh, with the deck. Okay. Gotcha. So I don't think this is the most... I think I have to play this one. So Caesar has to play a green one here. So we have a wheel, but we also have a wheel and a Kraken. So what this means is now our ship actually is going to take 1 damage. And how we take damage is the top card from this deck is actually going to go into our discard pile. So Caesar won the trick though, so we're going to move the ship towards him.
That's correct, with the 2 wheels.
But we did take a damage.
Yep.
And this is one of those things I really like is it's a hard balance to figure out. You need to damage the Kraken, but also move your ship forward quite a bit. And I don't know if we mentioned this, but once someone gets 4 tricks, the round is over. So the maximum cards you could play potentially in a round would just be 8 hands.
Yep. So like now these tracks determine who won those tricks.
I think I'm actually going to do this one. So we have a 4 and a 3. I played a cannon with this 3. So what this actually means is this card gets to go in the bottom of the Kraken deck.
Does this go on top of the Kraken card or on the bottom? Just on the bottom?
I think it just goes on the bottom of it, but I'm going to double check.
Okay.
It says deal damage to the Kraken by placing that card. from this trick on the bottom of the Kraken deck instead of discarding it.
So we didn't move, but we shot the Kraken. So I say this is a win.
It is. Makes up for the last one.
And you won that trick.
Mm-hmm.
So your tracker moves down.
All right. Let me. Oh man, I don't like some of the stuff we got done this time. I'm gonna actually play this one here. A little bit of a risk I just took here. But comment below, have you ever gone on a sailboat?
I've gone canoeing.
I have gone canoeing. I've gone kayaking. I got to go canoeing with manatees before. My grandparents lived in Florida, which was a great blessing. And ooh,
So I did not have the. Wait. I do have to play that right.
you do have that suit, yeah. You do that suit.
Look.
That's not bad though, because we still get to put this card back into the deck though.
Yep. So instead of doing anything, instead of moving, we're shooting the Kraken again.
We like
doing damage.
To do damage to the Kraken.
And Caitlin won that trick again.
Oh man. Oh man. So this is where you have to be really cautious too.
I feel like we do need to start moving.
I know, but the problem is I don't know what color is in his hand. Is the problem? I don't know what cards are in his hand.
And we can't tell each other what
like, hey,
colors.
play this color. But comment below, what misplays do we have during this game? Because there's probably a few. There's a little bit of a risk I want to take here. If I win one more trick though, it won't matter. So I think this may be my best play. Because I don't, well, here, let's, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. My options are very limited in my hand right now.
All right, so we're going to show you off the double cannon action.
Oh, man.
So we have two cannons.
Mm-hmm.
So now I believe we reveal the top card of the player deck, and then we see what happens based off the top card of the player deck.
Oh, that was the best pull we could have got right there.
It is the best pull.
So this is the whale card that actually just came up here.
The mermaid.
The mermaid. Whale tail. Mermaid tail. Same difference over here. So what actually is going to happen is this is the dream. We get to move our ship straight one piece. So bad news though. I did win the trick, which is my fourth trick of the round. So now the round is actually over here. So all of the cards are going to get discarded from our hands. And we now are going to look at the Kraken deck. And we are going to take damage to our ship. So we are going to take 3 damage. We put the top 3 cards in there.
So these
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
to the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, that's bad. The Kraken is attacking back.
Mm-hmm. And then it's going to go into round 2. Player deck gets shuffled in. And now we start again.
We just go back down.
Mm-hmm. So now looking at where we're at, this is where we can kind of talk strategy here. We have an island if I win the first trick. We go towards me.
Yeah, so I have to win this first trick in order for us to just move. Or we play 2 mermaids. We play 2 mermaids, we get to move forward. That's very rare though, because they're the 9s are the mermaids. And so
there's only 3 in the game.
And since we have to play the same color, it's kind of hard to do. You have to kind of time it out perfectly. I was actually hoping Caitlin would have played a mermaid card in her hand last round.
I did have one. I was like,
I was hoping she had the blue mermaid.
I
played
did.
the blue mermaid because then I could have played my mermaid.
And this is kind of where we're talking about where you don't know what's in your partner's hand, so you have to kind of risk it. And it's where I was like, man, I don't know if he has the 6. I was hoping he'd have the 6 so we could win the trick. Then I think we could have moved a little bit more too. But I had to risk that one in hopes that he had.
You do have to do a mix of moving. We have to do a mix of moving because we have to get the Bison Voyager home.
Yeah.
All right. So we have to move.
The thing that I just realized though too.
We do also have to damage the Kraken, otherwise he's just going to punish us.
This one is not fun.
No, we're going to probably end up taking damage.
I know. Maybe we should have stayed up towards the top that first time.
Yeah.
Maybe. Now that I look forward in it a little bit. So I don't know. It's gonna be. I'm a little nervous. Not gonna lie here. Oh, we reset our tricks. Back here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be 9 if you just want to double check. That's 9. Now there's more cards into that deck. Again, at any point we can look through the entire discard pile. All right. 3, 6, 9. Yep. And now we get to pass a card again. This is kind of like your only communication you really have with your partners too. And I like how confident you are today, going a lot faster than I am.
Yeah, I'm confident. I know which ones I needed.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do that one. And you can just see some of you may have caught Caesar's facial expression after I passed that card. He did not like the card I passed. But my options definitely were limited. So again, Caesar is going first this time. And you guys actually kind of can see my hand here. I'll put that down. I really do like the artwork within this game.
Let's try to move. Playing the 6 wheel.
So this is where it gets very complicated because Caesar needs to win the trick. The cards that have wheels on them are 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
But we also can move with the wheel and Kraken too. But we need Caesar to be able to win the trick. So I'm going to play my cannon. And now I think your special ability is going to trigger, right?
Yes. So I get to take the player deck. Take any card from the player deck and then reshuffle the player deck.
Then you did discard one though back from your hand though, right?
Yeah, to the top.
Which is cool because if we do a double can action, he's going to be able to specifically find a card that's in his hand or a card that's... So if we do the cannon action, he can pick a card from his hand or actually a specific card from that deck that we potentially may need. But the reason why, like, people are like, well, why don't you play wheel? You need to move because you guys are not doing very well. If I would have played a wheel here, we would have moved into the mountain or the island, and then we actually wouldn't have been able to move anyways. So knowing that Caesar had a special ability, that I think was probably my best play to be able to do. So that's his first trick.
Yep.
And then back over to you.
So I won that trick, but we didn't move, which is fine. Let's go ahead and play this 4 cannon down.
All right, I think this is what he would like me to do. Reading the room here. 5 cannon?
5 cannons. We have 2 cannons.
So I won the trick. I sort of flip this top card over, which means we do get to move our boat
1 forward.
1 forward.
Yep.
So now we're 1-to-1 with tricks as well. Again, discard pile is open information during the game too. All right.
And I made sure the mermaid was on top, so that way we can do the cannon action and move forward.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now, this is where I'm going to be a little strategic here. Oh, man. The problem is, it's like, how do you get right there? But we can't talk about that now. That's what I'm thinking, is how do we go where we need to go?
Yeah, because we have to get past these storm clouds this round.
Yeah, we have to move at least.
These storm clouds right here. If we don't get past that line of
Is
storm
it
clouds,
even, or do we have to be actually past it?
I think we have to be past it.
I think so too. Which means if you're not completely past.
Yeah. So we have to be past the storm clouds. Otherwise, the storm will take us. There's a hurricane, and the Bison Voyager will not make it.
Yeah, I think I know what we just have to do at this point. I think this is going to show me a lot of information. Ooh. So we do move towards me.
Yep.
I do win the trick, but we do take a damage.
Because I had to play a Kraken card.
Yeah. To move.
So we do take a damage. So this top card is also going to go to our discard pile.
Yes.
Which are 1s, and we don't want those in the discard pile.
No. And now we just need to move at least 1 space either direction this time.
Yep.
And he played the 2. So this is where potentially like it matters for what's in the discard pile. So there's a 5, 4, 7, and 2 in the game. So we both can kind of process of elimination potentially what cards are left. But Caesar also has the most information because he knows what cards are in this deck. So he actually technically should know all the cards I have in my hand. Potentially.
Yeah, potentially.
It's definitely a potentially, I think. Let me. Man.
I mean, I should have paid closer attention to that.
Next time. All right, we just need to move one more time here. Let me do this. Oh, that's gonna suck. All right, Caesar won the trick, so we're actually going towards him. Boom.
Yep. But we're moving.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna start in a discard pile, I think, right here. So that way everyone, you guys can see what cards are. So now we only have one option though.
Is for Caitlin to win the trick.
Oh, well, technically no. I need to
No,
take that back.
I mean, if we get a mermaid.
Yeah. So we have two options. So if we get wheels with Caesar, we actually cannot move. The good news is we are past. No, actually, I don't think we're past the storm clouds yet.
I played a 1, wheel, and Kraken symbol.
And I have to play a cannon.
So she wins the trick, but we get this card.
Yeah.
We attack the Kraken. And now we do have to move. Caitlin has to win the trick, but I needed her to lead.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, man. This is not going well, everyone.
All right, we are going to move. I'm going to play the 2, wheel, and Kraken. So we do move. However,
I'm going to take 2 damage this
we're
time.
going to take 2 damage. 1, because I had a Kraken symbol on my card, and we landed on a Kraken space.
There's our 1. And then our second one, I'm going to put quotes there, instead of taking the second damage, this is going to go back to the bottom of the deck, and this is going to move over. So because we added to the discard pile, we're going to hit a second. Nope, so that card it stays there. We just move this instead.
Got it.
All right. Well, that was fun. We moved, though, which is great.
And that was your 4th trick. So
that was my 4th trick?
Yep.
Oh, man. All right. Well, now we can kind of talk things through. Yeah, I realized I had another mermaid in my hand, but I'm like, I looked at it.
I was hoping you had the green mermaid.
I did, but it wouldn't have mattered, though, because I thought there was one here. Oh, so you would have had another one.
I had another mermaid.
Oh, that's the second time.
But I need you to play the green mermaid. That's why I needed you to lead.
Got it. That was my bad. I messed up twice in this one. Good news is
we are getting.
three cards.
Around, so 3 cards.
I was trying to avoid that. Oh no.
So we need to damage the Kraken, otherwise we lose.
Yeah, if you guys can see, we have other cards there. That was not a good round for us.
Nope.
We took a lot of damage.
But we did get past the storm.
Yeah. And now we have to do at least 3 damage while moving this time.
3 damage while moving.
So which direction are we staying low, do you think? Try staying in this middle area? Or you want to go up?
Might be easier to avoid. We might get bottlenecked if we go to the top with those islands up there.
Because at least that way it's like almost like it's this every other.
Yeah. So now we have 2 rounds to get past these set of storm clouds. Otherwise, we don't beat the storm back.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The problem is too, now we have a lot more cards in our deck. So this passing of the cards is going to be very key information here. And I will actually lead the first trick too. And I think the more you play trick-taking games, the more you just get kind of used to like how your partner plays games. You would think Caesar and I would be more used to that by now.
The Caitlin leads us off
Yep.
because it's an odd round.
Yes. Yes. All right. Start with this.
Just going with the 8 wheel,
Shouldn't
and
have
I'm,
done.
and I'm going with the 6 wheel.
All right. It is an orange wheel. Do we want to still move it towards me or towards you?
I think we should move it towards me.
Towards you?
No, yeah, let's move it that way. We have the double
We
options.
have
Yeah,
two options there. Okay.
move it towards you.
I did win my first trick here.
Yep.
Oh man.
Trick number 1 complete.
No. Oh man. Don't you know? Don't you know? I'll play a 5 cannon.
I play an 8 cannon. So now we're using my character's ability where I get to look through the deck, pick a card, add to my hand.
I will be honest, I did not see that coming. I'm not feeling very good about this one right now. You don't see the combinations again?
No, I'm going to
Okay.
wing it.
Are you sure?
Yep.
If it's a wheel, we move towards
Yep.
who won it.
That's what I want. I want wheels.
The wheel and Kraken damages. The mermaid moves it forward. Cannon, you flip another card. And the cool thing too with the cannon is potentially you can get more information out there. About like what other cards are out of the game.
What does the cannon do?
If it's a cannon on top,
Yeah.
you flip another card. That's how I feel right now. See if you guys can kind of show you my options right here.
I'll go with that. And then I'm leading the trick.
You are leading the trick. All right, so Caesar does win.
Yep, and that does the damage to the Kraken.
Mm-hmm. And your second tricky one. Part of me is like, oh, we should get like this overhead camera so you guys can see what's in our hand. But get a little complicated. The 8 wheel here. So let's do.
Play the 8 wheel.
I'll do a 6 wheel. And so I can play a different color because I don't have this suit in my
And that's
hand.
good information for me to know. So I win the trick. So it's going to come down here.
Mm-hmm. Thing is, we also still need to do.
And that was my 3rd trick I won.
Yeah, this is kind of where it gets a little bit touchy. Because we also needed to do
Damage
to the Kraken.
Kraken.
Yeah. Unless we can do like 7 damage here.
Because Caitlin's right. We do have to do damage.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
But Caitlin also needs to win the trick. That's the issue we're having right now.
Yep.
And I think with how my hand is set up, there's no way she could win. Because I know she doesn't have certain colors.
Yep. I was just doing you were the other thing you were gonna do. Just for fun. Let's show you guys how the double 9 works. Double 9, we get to move our ship forward 1 space.
Yep. And avoid the Kraken.
But it's the end of the round. End of the round, we have to add
3.
3 cards in.
Which means the Kraken got us.
We died.
No, we're not sailors.
We are not. We failed.
It's a good thing that we're both teachers right now, not sailors, because if we were your sailor, you would not be making it safely to your destination.
Yep.
So that's good that we're not sailors. I had a lot of fun playing this game, even with the losses. Definitely recommend checking out this game. I really enjoyed. What were some of your favorite parts about Sail?
I really like the player abilities. I think that's
Mhm.
cool. Add something to it. I like the interactions with the board and just like the way you guys do the tricks. Depending on that determines how the ship moves on the board. I really like that.
Well, I know in some like cooperative games and trick-taking games, you're like not allowed to talk about any game plan. This is nice where they actually specifically say too, before you deal out cards, you can kind of have a general idea with where you want to go, especially since everyone plays so differently.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we need to go this way. Awesome. We're going to go. Nope, just kidding. We're still not going to go this way because just of the cards we're in our hand too. So definitely recommend checking out Sail if you only have 2 players, or maybe you don't want to play with anyone else besides just one other person.
I think it's only 2 players.
I know, but if you're in a group of people and you're like,
Yeah.
maybe you don't want to play with people,
Play with one other person.
only one other person.
And then play Sail.
But I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Don't forget, we're hopefully going to do some more all play small box games
Yep.
in the next little bit. We did just start school again. Really excited to get back teaching with my kiddos. But yeah. Wait, what do you need to do? Like,
Subscribe. We did that already.
comment.
Yep. Comment down below.
We forgot that.
Yeah.
And my name's Caitlin.
I'm Caesar.
And don't forget to
Seize the game.